don't think I would ever miss this, to tell you the truth. Because it's a doorway. You're gonna open a doorway.
Let's begin.
We're not ghost hunters. We're lore hunters. The paranormal is plagued with misinformation. And we want to learn the truth. We want to bring the light into the darkness and reveal the true faces that hide in the dark. Follow us into a whole new world. The world of the unexplained.
Is there anyone here with us? Are you?
No.
Are you touching?
Are you?
No.
That's crazy. I'm barely.
I barely have my hands on here at all. What?
Wow.
That is really moving now. Yes. Okay. What is your name?
Ooh. Wow.
What is the deal with these swirly things?
His name is 8.
Z O Z O Z O.
Oh my.
Z. Oh, is your name Zoe?
Oh, it's so freaky. Oh my gosh.
What? No. Okay. Is your name Zozo?
Zozo. Zozo the clown. That is so creepy.
Monica?
What the?
Monica, what are you doing?
Hey!
Monica!
What are you doing?
Oh my God, Monica! Monica, calm down!
The Ouija board, a game that's fraught with myths, legends, and opposing opinions. Some believe it to be a game that you can reach out and talk to spirits, whether they be good spirits or bad ones. Others believe it to be a mind game, a mental illusion that can be explained away by science. Now we want to hear from both sides of the coin, and then of course try it for ourselves. But before we get into that, we want to look into the history of the Ouija board and find out where it comes from.
You're moving it. No, I'm not. You're moving it. You're moving it. Would you just quiet? I'm trying to concentrate here, and I'm not moving it.
The Ouija board as a modern game was patented by Elijah Bond in the 1890s, which is the commercial game that is often recognized today. However, this was not the first talking board. In fact, versions of the talking board can be traced back to 1100 ADE. One of the oldest versions of the game I could find was called Fu Chi, which is a form of planchette writing in which the user would use a sieve to guide a utensil of some kind to write out messages. This would eventually evolve over time and grow in popularity. Various versions of the game would pop up around the world, and eventually it would land on shelves in a neatly packaged box under the name Ouija, the modern game we know today. The game as we know it now has a very mixed reputation. Some see it as a tool that can help you reach out and speak to spirits. Others fear the game, cautioning all to steer clear of playing with any version of the talking board and wish to have nothing to do with it. And then there are some that see it as pure nonsense and see the game as nothing more than inanimate objects. But how does it move then? Well, the scientific term for this is called the ideomotor effect. Nat Geo tested this theory with a group of volunteers. They played the game as normal, and then amazed them all with clear and concise answers to all their questions. And then they had the contestants play the game with blindfolds, and this is what happened.
So now how do you feel?
I don't know, it almost makes me want to cry. I'm happy that he's happy. I'm a believer.
More now
More
than
now,
before?
yeah. I doubted a little bit at the beginning, but after doing it and experiencing it, there's no way I can doubt it now, I think.
What I have here are some blindfolds.
Oh, no.
Okay. I'm going to place the planchette in the center of the table. Now is going to be the moment of truth. Spirits, can you speak to us? Are you there? Right there? Kendall's grandpa, show us that you're with us again. You know what year he died?
Yes.
Okay. What year did you die? Right there? Okay. One more number. Okay. You can take your blindfolds off. Now, what year did he pass away?
2010.
So this should be conclusive evidence at this point. Now, the spirits did a fantastic job without the blindfolds, but with the blindfolds on, this is what I got when you went for the date from Grandpa, who was so clear before, right? Here's what you got. You got a J and a K, and you got 3 blanks that were on the middle of the wood. There was no numbers here, here, or here.
So, is it real? We want to find out for ourselves. However, we want to go into this with no question of its authenticity. So we call someone with knowledge of the Ouija board to assist us in doing it safely and give us the best chance possible of making a connection through the Ouija board. We want to do an episode on it, and we obviously, just like anything else we do, we want to experience it for ourselves. So I was calling you, someone who has a lot of experience with this stuff, on the safest way to go about doing that.
Well, there are ways. It's not something I would ever mess with, to tell you the truth. Because it's a doorway. You're gonna open a doorway. Keep your necklaces with you.
Yeah, we have them on right now.
And what you want to do is ask that only positive entities can come through.
Well, I think we're gonna do just that. So let's hop in the truck and get it going. We stop and pick up some energized candles and Himalayan sea salt to assist us in our Ouija board endeavor. The plan was clear. Drive up into the mountains, hike in until we find a clearing, lay the sea salt down, light the candles, and begin. We really had nothing to worry about. I mean, it's just a game, right? The idiomotor effect. But still the stories hung in the back of our minds. The countless stories of when playing the Ouija board went wrong.
Oh my God, Monica!
We weren't just playing the game, we were doing everything in our power to make sure that something happened. Lore states that places like open clearings in the wilderness have an increase in natural energy. So we hiked in until we found a location that fits these descriptions, in hopes that the increase in energy will transfer over to playing the Ouija board.
This is a perfect natural clearing. This is like a direct circle.
Yeah.
So, look at that.
I think this spot is right in the center of this little clearing. We're pretty far out here, and I think this is as good a spot as any to start setting up the board. And then, of course, planchette.
It was dark now. Everything was set up, and the anticipation was killing us. I mean, this is the infamous Ouija board, and we are ready to play. So we're just gonna barely rest our 2 fingers on it and welcome any positive spirits to come through and try to speak to us. If there's a spirit near us, let us know. I won't force unnecessary suspense upon you as we sat there for a very, very long time. We focused our energy and continued to call out, yet nothing happened. We felt somewhat disappointed. I mean, after all the stories, rumors, and folklore that we read, there was a part of us that was convinced something would happen. On the drive home, however, it occurred to us, perhaps no spirits were around. I mean, we were in the mountains, and it's possible there were no spirits around for us to communicate with. So rather than calling it a night and giving up, we dove back into research, and we dug up a location that was said to be extremely haunted. And this place was Hotel Congress down in Tucson, Arizona, specifically room 242.
Oh, I see that lantern trimmed low, burning in our home. And though I feel like crying, I swear tonight I'll cry no more. And how many times have I prayed that I will get lost along the way?
So we were up on the mountain for a long time, and we waited and waited, and we put all our energy into the board, and nothing would happen. But that wasn't good enough for us. Maybe there just wasn't spirits around. I don't know. So in order to look a little further, we're going to go somewhere that is renowned for being haunted and having spirits. And we're going to play the Ouija board there. And that location is Hotel Congress in Tucson, Arizona. A very infamous hotel where a lot of tragedy has taken place. So if there's ever a space for a spirit to reach out, it's going to be this one. The Hotel Congress is a federally recognized historic building located in downtown Tucson. The building was built back in 1918, and the hotel is known for being the site of the capture of gangster and bank robber John Dillinger and his gang back in 1934. It is said to be home to many spirits. Some claim to see the ghost of a gentleman named Vince who checked in the late 1950s and never checked out. He simply lived there until his death in 2001. Vince was a fix-it kind of guy, known to use butter knives in the place of screwdrivers. And since his death, guests and employees alike continued to report finding butter knives around the hotel. Spirits of children, well-dressed gangsters, and more are all the spirits known to reside in this hotel. One spirit in particular resides in and around room 242. The spirit of a woman that killed herself in the 1990s with the bullet still lodged in the wall. This is the room we wanted to go to. So this is room 242, and in this room, in this bathroom specifically, there was a woman not even that long ago who took her own life. She put a bullet through her head. Rumor has it, in this specific room, you'll wake up and she'll be at the edge of your bed. Now, I don't know if this is true, I haven't slept here, but I know that with as many reports as there are, this seems like an excellent place to play the Ouija board. Reach out and see what reaches back. I think that she probably put the gun to her head, crying hysterically, most likely emotional, and blew her brains out. The bullet went through the wall right here. You can actually see the patch over work that was done. It went all the way through. You can see it in here, they say. Somewhere in here. So, I'm assuming that right here. Definitely some patchwork.
How does it feel in there? In that spot in the closet, does it feel different than the rest of the room?
You know, it's hard to say. It's, I think, man, the whole room feels odd. It's just uncomfortable, heavier feeling. I'm really curious to see what happens when we play the Ouija board. I mean, this seems like a really good place for something to happen. So, in this scenario, while we play, we made sure to bring our sound engineer, Taylor, on. He's got some sound equipment that can pick up really minuscule noises. Now, we're not ghost hunters, but in this particular scenario, we are working with ghosts. So it really helps that we have somebody who can pick up those really minute sounds that maybe we'll miss. And who knows, maybe she'll try to reach out and you'll be able to hear her with that. What is it that you have that'll help pick up that?
So this is a stereo recorder that we have. It's a Tascam DR05. We have 2 microphones on here that face this way, so we're gonna have a real wide pickup of this way, and we'll even hear things behind us.
We'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm anticipating this greatly. I'm excited. I'm nervous. There's so much lore behind these games, this specific game, that it's almost intimidating because it's the unknown. There's blogs all over of people reciting experiences of something horrific occurring after playing with this game or during this game. And I can't help but think about that now. What if something terrible happens now? My brother breaks out into a seizure.
Oh my God, Monica!
Something. But...
Why can't you break out into a seizure?
Well, I mean, most likely you. If there are any spirits around, we welcome you into our circle. Is there a spirit around? Did you do that?
I didn't, I swear.
You swear to God. If there's a spirit around, move the planchette to yes. Use our energy to move the planchette.
Use this board to communicate with us. If you're here, can you please move the planchette to yes?
It was at this moment Connor felt something that no one else did, and he reacted to it. And it wasn't until now that we could see what appears to be an orb of some kind come up from either him or the Ouija board.
Did you pick that up?
You hear that?
Did you move, Taylor?
No.
You didn't move?
I just moved my head.
Did you move your leg?
No, I just wanted this.
I thought something sounded like
Calling all spirits. Welcome you to conversate with us through the Ouija board. My fingers are barely just caressing.
I'm not even fucking barely touching it.
I'm resting it.
Can you explain what's going on?
So, okay. It is moving. It's not conversating. I haven't had any definitive responses to the questions. There have been some movements, though, and you can feel it drag across the board, but not in any particular direction. So, Again, this could be the ideomotor effect, but there's no intelligent responses, so it's I don't know what this is. And that's true. The ideomotor effect, we would answer our own questions.
Exactly.
Because that's what we're thinking subconsciously.
But if we are still asking questions...
And it's moving, but not... I don't know. We had a few minor movements with the planchette, but nothing definitive. So we decide to move the board into the bathroom. The exact location of her suicide. And what took place would surprise us all.
Actually, the board's in there.
So we're gonna be setting up this mic. This is the room, the bathroom, is where she killed herself. Alright, ready? Yep. Spirit. We're sitting in the room, but you were last alive. Are you with us now? We welcome you to speak to us. Is it you who killed yourself? Are there a lot of ghosts here? Did you kill yourself here? Use your energy to reach out and speak to us with the planchette. Did you die here? As we took a moment to adjust the camera, the mic that was on the floor picked up what sounds to be like a heavy breath right next to the microphone. Our camera assistant had the headphones on and immediately heard the heavy breath. After reviewing the sound, there was no explanation we could find as to where the sound came from.
What was that?
What? What was it?
It was like...
Oh, I heard that too.
I swear to fucking God.
Here it is again, enhanced.
Yeah, it's okay.
What was that?
What?
Okay, well, so it is 12:30 a.m. We just played back the sound. It scared the shit out of me. That's a legit sound. I don't know. Nobody was close to the mic.
We had our audio assistant actually actively listening to the audio while we were recording, and the reaction on her face was insane.
Terrifying.
And then when he listened to it for the first time, he scared me to death because it was
scary.
It really is an amazing sound. We'll play it for you.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump back into it.
But we're gonna bring Taylor in. It's okay. So we're inviting Taylor into our circle.
Are there any spirits here? Was that you breathing into the mic? You seem to respond whenever I bring up your death. Are you here with us now?
Dude, I just heard something move right there.
Are you the one that committed suicide here?
Oh my God.
I felt that. I 100% felt that.
My eyes were closed the whole time.
If you're not the one that committed suicide in this bathroom, did you die here? Do you know who any of us are? Are you the spirit of a person? I can feel it moving right now. I can feel it fucking moving right now.
peaked a little. It's going towards the night.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Dude, I don't want to do this. Like, can we please say goodbye? Can I at least say goodbye? Because I don't want to do this anymore, dude. I don't. Dude.
Wait.
I'll put it in the middle, like, here. And then ask.
Is it a bad idea to play with the Ouija board? Could be idiomotor effect. I don't know. My eyes are closed now, so I have no idea.
We also know where yes and no is, so maybe
That's true.
it.
Ryan.
What?
We're gonna lift up this.
You're gonna move it around?
You're gonna move the board all around.
Okay, but you have to close your eyes.
Yeah, no, that's the fun. Everybody grab onto this. Grab onto the planchette, Connor.
My eyes are closed.
All right. All right. Are you here with us still?
It was almost completely on you.
Remarkable. That is remarkable.
Step out for a sec. So we're gonna pack this room up. We're gonna get out of here. People are feeling pretty uneasy at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, and as the saying goes, if you look hard enough, it will find you. So, was it the idiomotor effect? Maybe. Maybe not. But I can tell you that after leaving, the real question in the back of all of our minds is if it is real, who is talking to us? Thank you for watching. Please go to our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button to be notified of all of our upcoming episodes. And as always, if you look hard enough, it will find you.